Good evening. Gina Diamond here, conscious living strategist, helping people live a more delicious life through nutrition strategies, body wisdom practices, and purposeful and passionate living. I am really excited to be speaking with you today on Facebook Live. And what I wanted to share with you is I am planning a women's retreat. It's going to be in June, and I wanted to share a little bit about what I'm going to be doing to support women, ultimately supporting the whole world. And I also wanted you to save the date. So the retreat is going to be June 28th, 29th, and 30th. So June 28th through the 30th on Whidbey Island. And it is an opportunity for women to heal their three brains. So you may not know this, but our bodies actually have more than one brain. We have the brain that we think about and use most of the time. It's very important when we're planning or when we are strategizing or trying to get a task done. And it's also a hindrance, right? So thank goodness there are two other brains. Can you guess what they might be? The two other brains are our hearts and our gut. So our guts are incredibly intelligent. In fact, there's a lot of research that has come out to say that our brains create more serotonin our guts create more serotonin than the brain that we usually think about. Actually, they work in conjunction. And so if our gut is not working properly, and that's just one example of what the gut does. If people are starting to join, welcome. I'm sharing with you, I'm announcing my women's retreat that's coming up in June. I want people to save the date, June 28th, 29th, and 30th. And the focus is going to be healing the three brains, the head, the heart, and the gut. So I was just explaining how the gut is one of the amazing, miraculous things that the gut does is that it, in conjunction with the brain, it creates serotonin. And so it's really important that we not only eat the right kind of foods that's going to propel that mechanism to ignite more serotonin creation in your body, because serotonin, I'm sure we can all agree, is wonderful. But there are also some beautiful, simple, easy gut exercises that people can do. And so we're going to be exploring that. And then we're also going to be healing the heart. So the heart is also a miraculous part of the body that many of us do connect with, but we may not, thank you for the thumbs up, we may not always be centering from the heart. And the heart is actually, it's not mushy and sentimental only like most of us think. It's actually an incredibly intelligent, proactive, intuitive, alive organ that when we connect to it deeply, through a place of healing and through a place of really experiencing and knowing the value and the beauty of our heart, we can begin to expand into new places. We can begin to heal. Our connection to our intuition can grow. Our connection to source can grow. So it's very important when we're on the journey of healing, when we're on the journey of unlocking our superior health, and really expanding, having this expanding or expansive healing experience, we need to look at all three brains and not only investigate them and bring into our life choices that will support all three brains, but we also need to make sure they are working together. So what happens if your brain's telling you one thing and your heart's telling you another? What happens if the signals from your gut are telling your brain something completely different than your thought system? So during this retreat, among other things, I want to help you heal the three brains, but I also want to show you some practices that anybody can do that don't take a lot of time, that are going to help the three brains work together in harmony. Can you imagine what that would be like? Can you imagine the transformation you would experience if they're working in harmony? So I'm really, really excited about this retreat. It's going to be on beautiful Whidbey Island outside of Seattle. If you haven't been here, it's a spectacular place to temporarily check out of your life and check into your body and come out a transformed, freer, more joyful, healthier person. So again, the dates are June 28th, 29th, and 30th. I have rented a gorgeous home on the ocean, views of the Puget Sound and the Olympic Peninsula, and I'll be sharing the link so you can take a look at the property. And during those 3 days, well, it's not 3 full days, but I'm leaving nothing on the table. I am synthesizing everything that I have learned over the last, I would say 3 decades or close to it, that not only has helped me with my own healing journey, because believe me, I was a sick mama back in the day. And I've suffered and it sucks, and I do not want you to suffer. And I want you to be empowered. I want you to come into your empowered feminine, and I want you to really come from a place that is soul driven and enlivened and enlightened and inspired. And so I've put together a series of conversations, practices, strategies that we will do as a group. We will support each other as women, and we will walk through a pretty intense weekend that will bring people out onto the other side feeling completely different. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like because it's different but for everybody, but I can tell you that we'll be serving food that is inspired by my mentor, Anthony Williams, who's a medical medium. And so we will definitely be not only rejoicing in the scrumptiousness of nutrient-dense food, but at the same time, you're learning about what nutrition supports the head, the heart, and other organs, and the gut. We'll be doing 3-brain yoga and conscious movement. We will be learning about breathing exercises and different activities that you can do to rewire your brain and actually lay down new neural pathways. I mean, just that alone is going to completely radically change your life, because right now you're operating on certain patterns and programs based on the neural pathways that you have laid down in your brain, and we want to switch that up if they're not working for you. So if you continue to make choices, live a certain lifestyle that is not in support of where you want to be and where you want to go, we need to change your brain. So we will be doing that. We will be looking at how do you simply and effectively change your gut environment so that it supports you better. And we'll also be looking at how the heart, the second brain, is our connection to intuition, is our connection to source. So what do all 3 of these things have in common? Healing the 3 brains. When you are whole and integrated, when you're working in alignment, when your whole being is working into alignment, and you're also connected to source, that's where the magic happens. That's where the power of manifestation and creating your vision and going out into the world and being your best self, that's where it happens. So not only is this going to be a place for you to radically heal and unlock your superior or supreme health, we're going to look at using that as a foundation to then create your vision, to make your vision a reality, whatever that might be. So really excited to offer this. I want you to know that I'm deeply committed to your journey as if it were my own, because I know what it feels like to suffer. I know what it feels like to be anxious and depressed. And yes, Jennifer, I can remind you again at the time and place. I know what it feels like to be anxious, depressed. I know what it feels like not to want to live. I know what it feels like to not want to get out of bed in the morning. I know what it feels like to have pain in my body. I know what it feels like to feel like I'm not living my purpose and my passion, and I'm not being the best and the biggest and the brightest that I can be. And I don't want that for you. And I am really clear that what I'm going to share is going to transition you beyond that pain point into the pleasure of living more deliciously and feeling great in your body and sharing that with the world in whatever way makes sense and resonates with you. So my retreat is going to be June. Thank you for all the hearts. I so appreciate the support. So my retreat is going to be on beautiful Whidbey Island in Clinton, Washington. I will put the link to the place that I've rented in the comment section so that you can all go take a look and see how fabulous it is. It's on the water, and Clinton is very close to the ferry. Did that purposely so you can fly into Seattle, and it's about, if there's no traffic, it's about a 40-minute drive. I know that many people will stop off in Seattle and do some sightseeing on the way up, which might be a nice addition. And the dates are June 28th. We'll begin in the evening around dinner time. We'll have a full day on the 29th. And then on the 30th, we'll go till about the afternoon. So we will be through learning about how you can heal the three brains, the head, heart, and the gut. We will be learning how to connect to self, others, nature, and source. Have I left anything out? And when I say nature, really what I'm saying is life on planet Earth. So it's going to be a dynamic, interactive, meaningful, transformational workshop. Again, what that's going to look like for each participant, I can't make any promises. It partly depends on how you show up, how much you give of yourself, and how real and authentic you are, and how much, and if you're willing to explore and experiment with the strategies that I offer during the weekend, covering the three bases of my business, which is nutrition strategies, body wisdom practices, and purposeful and passionate living, through the lens of healing the three brains, the head, the heart, and the gut. So thank you so much for being here and for listening and for saving the dates and for sharing with people. Thank you for the hearts, for sharing with people that you think could use this workshop. Again, this is only for women. However, I'm completely open to doing other retreats down the road. You just need to let me know that there's interest. If there's interest from men, that would be fabulous. If there's interest from couples, that'd be fabulous. So just keep me posted on what resonates with you. And in the meantime, Whidbey Island, June 28th through 30th is the place to be if you want to heal the three brains and ultimately having them work together in a synchronistic way that supports you and other life on planet Earth. So with that, be well, have a beautiful evening, take care of yourself, and use that as a springboard, a platform, a foundation to be of service in the world. Good night.